Lord's message. In fact, that's the duty of advanced devotees, is to carry the Lord's message. And the way Prabhupada teaches and the way he showed us by his example, it's a high sadhana to trouble oneself, to organize one's life in such a way that one can distribute the message of Krishna consciousness to others. There are a lot of competing messages out there. Everyone has some message. The problem is that they're all tainted by the three modes of material nature. They have a vested interest. Even the best and most philanthropic of them have some vested interest in maintaining the bodily conception of life, and therefore they are fatally flawed. However, the Bhagavad Gita is not fatally flawed. It is the message of Krishna himself. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quotes a verse to Sanatana Goswami saying that actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, has saved the whole world by speaking to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, just a few minutes. And after his speech was done, and that collection of statements that he made, compiled by Vyas and passed down, guarded by the sages, the great acharyas over years, it's not been interpolated. Some shastras have been interpolated, but the Bhagavad Gita has been under the careful watch of the acharyas over millennia and is in perfect shape. It's pristine. And it's the book that Prabhupada specifically led with. He says in his introduction, there have been many different interpretations of Bhagavad Gita, and none of them have made anyone a devotee because they've been twisted. That is, they don't give the direct meaning. However, Prabhupada shows by example and pointed out that because his Bhagavad Gita is true to Krishna's teachings, that's why he called it as it is. He didn't try to obscure the fact that we have a relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's the sticking point for most people. Because as soon as you admit that there is a superior person, especially person, because if it's just a force, somehow or other, we can get around that. But if I admit that there's a superior person who's the authority, then I really do have to, if I'm honest, I have to submit and say, yes, I have to follow this. Of course, it's in our eternal interest. It's such a relief to actually follow an authority who is perfect, instead of the speculation of somebody who's got a vested interest in the material world, which is disastrous. Anyadevahur sambhavad, anyarahura sambhavad. Iti shushumatiranam yenas tadvij chakshire. Those who are actually dhira, who are not influenced by being bought off by the bodily conception of life. People have to compromise and say, oh, it's okay because they have a vested interest in the material world, have said that there's one result obtained by worshiping directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and a different result completely, which means the whole material world is your result. Have at it. It's horrible, actually, for the soul. It's the result of ignorance, which means ignoring the truth. And anyadevahur vidyaya, anyadadhur avidyaya. They say similarly that there's one result that you get from perfect knowledge and a completely different result, which is a myriad or a labyrinth of entanglement in the material world because of following wrong knowledge. Bhagavad Gita is right knowledge. It's the only light in this world. And people benefit from it because living entities are part and parcel of Krishna. Yes, they are encased in a material body, and they do have seemingly insurmountable influences. However, how else will they come out? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said of this entanglement. He said, Maya mugda jivaranahi swata Krishna gyan. Jivere kripaya koila Krishna Veda Puran. Therefore, Vedavyas gave us the Bhagavad Gita. And when it's introduced as a panacea, then the soul can be dislodged from the entanglement in the material world. So the acharyas come to give a process so that everyone can cross over the ocean of material existence. The demigods praying to Lord Krishna in the word within the womb said, Twayam bujaksha kila sattvadamni samadhina veshit chetasaike tvatpada potena mahatkritena kurvanti govatsapadam bhavabdim. That means that one's real interest in life is to give one's full attention to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and our relationship with him. He's the source of everything. He's the source of all the good qualities and the source of our life. He's our best friend. However, how does that happen? Tvatpada potena mahatkritena. He gives empowerment to mahatkritena, to great souls who bring the process to the world. And when we take that process, then the complexities of the material world, which are compared to an ocean of trouble, kalir doshe nidhe rachanasti kumaran guna kirtana devi Krishna samukta sangha paramvajet. Bhagavatam says the material world is an ocean of trouble. And prayina upayusha shavya kalavasmin yugejana manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya hupadrita. In the age of Kali Yuga, it's really, really bad. It's getting worse too. Manda sumanda matayo means that people have really, the stupidest ideas you could possibly think of, and they propagate them, and they think this is life. So how to counteract that? Mahatkritena, one has to find the great cause and the person who's taken up that great cause. Mahatkritena. Kurvanti govatsa padam vababdin. And if you do that, then that ocean, it shrinks down to the size of water contained within the hoof print of a calf, and you can cross over it. You can step over that ocean. That's how powerful the Bhagavad Gita as it is can be for the conditioned souls in this material world. There's no other help for them. You can go to a bookstore, and souls do all the time. They go through Amazon, they go through the bookstores, and they're looking, where's something that can give me relief somehow, give me an advantage in this world. It's not there. You can study, you can go to the best universities, you can read all the manuals, anything you do, it won't help. Of course, one has to have some vocation, but it's not going to extricate you from the material world. But one reading of the Bhagavad Gita, nay, even just a partial reading of the Bhagavad Gita, or the Gita Mahatma says, even reading one verse, one line, one word from the Bhagavad Gita, it emphasizes so much how important it is that you can be delivered by that. That's how powerful the speaking of the words emanating from Krishna's mouth are. So we're in a fortunate position because we are coming in the Acharya Sampradaya. These great Acharyas whose main idea is, let's save the world. Let's do something so that other people can be freed from this material existence. This was Prahlad Maharaj's idea. He says, Prayena Deva Muniyak Swavi Mukti Kahama, Manam Charanti Vajanena Parartha Nishta. That there are all these people, they're performing mauna, they're living in caves, they're doing meditation, in trance. They have all these special sadhanas. He said, I don't want that. That's not for me. What does he say? He says, move me to the biggest town. I want to go to Baltimore. Put me in Germantown. Drop me down in Washington, D.C., where the stupid rallies are going on, where all these people, not now, but, I'm saying be careful wherever you go. But he doesn't want to be in a cave. He wants to be front line, right in the city. And he wants their, why? Shocheta tovi mukacheta sa indriyata maya sukaya paramudva hatovi mudhan. Because these people, they're rascals, because they've been cheated by the material energy. And now they've taken this burden on their head. And he said, out of love for them, I want to stay and do something for them. That's Prahlad Maharaj. And that was in the mood of Srila Prabhupada. He wanted to be frontline. He came and from Butler, Pennsylvania. It was probably pretty quiet there. You hear a few birds chirping. He went straight to New York City as fast as he could, and with all his books. And, he set up shop there. He told one lady, you can hear it on the recording. He said, no, this, I don't like New York City. He said, I like Vrindavan. Vrindavan is my home. He said, but I had to come here. My spiritual master told me I had to preach. I had to come here and to give this to people. If anybody has that feeling in their heart that I have to do this to help the masses, then there's two things evident to me when that happens. Number one is you're tasting it yourself. Because if you're reading Bhagavad Gita and you're feeling, oh, this is relieving my burden, Brahma Bhuta Prasanatman, the Shochatina Kangshati, you're feeling, I don't need so many things. Why do I need anything? I just want this Bhagavad Gita. I want to sit here. Don't bother me. I want my hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a day to read Gita. I'm happy. And let me chant. Everything else I can do as a duty. The devotees they become unburdened by the Gita, because they feel, oh, Krishna's speaking to me. I just want to hear his voice. And so we have that. And we also have this sense that let me give it to other people because it's so nice. I want to share it with others. And this is the Sankirtan movement. Why take the trouble to make a legal organization? It takes a lot of work. And then organization means you have to deal with people. There is nothing harder in this world than dealing with people. Even if you live with one other person, you know this already. You have to work things out every day. And what to speak, you put 20 people, 200, 2,000, 2 million people together. How are you going to manage that? Well, the bigger question is, why do you want to manage it? There is a purpose. There's 7 purposes of ISKCON. There's a reason we're together. Otherwise, just chant, read Bhagavad Gita. You'll be liberated. But why are we together? It's an international society for Krishna consciousness. It means we're for something. What are you for? We're for Krishna consciousness. So what does that mean? It means we're active. And the reason we have an organization is to work together to give it to as many people as possible. That's a perfectly reasonable idea. And it is the idea of Prahlad Maharaj. It's the idea of the Acharyas, the Mahajans. Save the souls. Save yourself and save everybody else. And by doing that, one advances in Krishna consciousness. We please Krishna, who says in the Bhagavad Gita that there's nobody more dear to me than the person that teaches Bhagavad Gita to the devotees. Who knows who's a devotee? You won't know until you hold an open class, until you start putting it in people's hands and saying, here, you should read this. They'll tell you, most of them pretty soon. It's like, I don't want God. I hate God. Go away. It's like, okay, no problem. Go look for somebody else and you'll find the devotees. In that moment when you connect with somebody and they take the Bhagavad Gita, number one, you're pleasing Krishna. He said it himself. There's nobody more dear to me, nor will there ever be anyone more dear to me than this person who's teaching this to the devotees. That's why Prabhupada put preaching at the highest level. There are all kinds of rituals you can get involved in Krishna consciousness. We have a very robust tradition. I mean, you can follow millions of different kinds of fasts. You can put on tilak. You could take an hour to put on tilak at every Sandhya if you wish. I mean, there's so many things you can get absorbed in. Eat this, don't do that, do it. But, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, he emphasized preaching as the highest. In fact, on an Ekadashi, one of his main preachers couldn't go out. He said, give him Mahaprasadam, let him go out. And Prabhupada taught that to us as an emblem of the importance of this preaching, as a means to please Krishna, as a practice of sadhana. That's our line. We are not in a line of Kanishta Adhikaris. We're in a line of Paramahamsas who come down to the middle platform, Ishware Tadadineshu Balisheshu Dusatsucha, Prema Maitri Pokeksha Yakaroti Samadhyama. And why do they do that? Just so that they can go out and interact with the people and give them an opportunity to take this message of Bhagavad Gita so their problems can be solved. And they know it works. It works every time. Either sooner or later it works. So we have a mandate, and we also have an example to follow. And if we follow that mandate and emulate Srila Prabhupada's example, the kind of compassion he had, the kind of tireless way in which he worked to spread Krishna consciousness, we will make a perfection of this lifetime. We will be recognized by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by the great acharyas. Everything is accounted for that we do. It's all recorded. There's nothing we do in secret. Everything is public record. Just as much as everything on the internet's now public record. Anywhere you go, any search you make, it's there permanently. Everything you buy, it's there. And those who give their lives to trying to become Krishna conscious through following the process of chanting Hare Krishna every day, minimum 16 rounds, following the 4 regular principles, hearing and chanting, and trying to spread Krishna consciousness, especially, Krishna says, these devotees are dear to me. They become my friends. And this is a path to perfection. This is the path of perfection that we've been given. It's not that hard either, because it's a joyful process. Rajavidya Rajakuyam Pavitramidam Uttamam Pratyakshavagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartamavyam. You can't have any more fun than engaging in Sankirtan, and that is giving Krishna consciousness to other people. It's endlessly fascinating, and it continually reaffirms the power of Krishna consciousness in our own minds. In fact, it's so important to always have new people coming in, meeting new people, giving them Krishna consciousness, and having them come into our groups. Otherwise, we get into groupthink. We start to get comfortable that we know everything, but we have to stay fresh. We have to be vital. We have to be always cutting edge by bringing in new people and giving them an opportunity to take Krishna consciousness. And when we see them touching it and how it changes them, then we know it's a touchstone. It's the only time you know you've got a touchstone. So these are important times right now in our international society of Krishna consciousness. We have an opportunity to take advantage of a time during which the world is at a crossroads, very literally at a crossroads, politically, as far as public health goes, infrastructure, economically. Nobody knows what's going to happen next. They're all on the edge of their seats wondering what is going on. They don't know. They don't know if it's random. They can't tell how to fix it. They have all kinds of stopgap measures. Meanwhile, the lower forces of the world continue to dominate in various ways. People are in anxiety. What can they do? I guarantee you there's only one thing you can do, and that's distribute Bhagavad Gita and teach it and show people that lifestyle. How fortunate are we to know that, to have it in our own lives? And we're all loaded up. It's not that there's any lack of ammunition. We've got Bhagavad Gitas, we've got all the literature we need for ourselves. We covet that, we keep it at home, we read it ourselves, but we've got more to spare. We can still print, we can still get paper, everything's available. So at this time, when the need is highest, when the stakes are highest, this is the time when you really want to step in, because heroes are made during wartime. And Prabhupada told us that. In 1975, it was almost like a war in some of the places where we were going out to distribute books. Devotees were getting beaten up. There were arrests and all kinds of things happening because we were new in society, and there was this sense that, who are these people? Stop them. And Prabhupada told us in a letter he wrote to the devotees in Chicago where we were. He said that you know that during wartime, a simple farm boy from Iowa, who would never amount to anything in his life, he joins the military, and they send him to the front lines like they do with all the grunt fighters. It's like, get on there, they see if he can get killed. And he goes to the front line, risks his life, and then he saves somebody. And he gets a Medal of Honor, a gold Medal of Honor. He gets in the newspaper. And then he comes home to America, and he's a national hero, Prabhupada said. He becomes a national hero. So Prabhupada told us the same thing. He indicated, it was tacit. Who are you? You have no spiritual standing. But if you do this thing, you step up during wartime and you do something heroic, then Krishna notices you. Then you get a Medal of Honor. Then it's like, hey, you've got a portfolio to show. So I was there. I was in that battle. I've got skin in the game. Srila Bhaktivedanta said it's spiritual blood for your spiritual body. That's what's exciting about the Krishna consciousness movement. It's that opportunity to be heroic, to rise above our lower nature, the inclination just to be comfortable. That anybody can do. Hiranyakashipu tried to do it more than anybody, and he failed more miserably than anybody too. But we, on the other hand, we can't do the austerities of Hiranyakashipu, and nor can we do the austerities of Dhruva Maharaj, but we don't have to. If we do the simple austerity given to us by Srila Prabhupada through this clear path of just don't try to be a great devotee. In fact, there's a book, it's called From Good to Great. Did anybody ever see that? From Good to Great? It was all about the corporations in the world there are a lot of good corporations, but there's some that are great. So this author, he did a major study of them. But our thing is, go from great to good. Don't try to be a great devotee. Just try to be a good devotee, but do something that's great, which is follow this path of spreading Krishna consciousness by organizing and then making it available somehow, breaking through to people, tell them about it, and try different kinds of people. Go outside your comfort zone, talk to somebody that you didn't think you could talk to. And Krishna will give you the intelligence from within the heart how to do it. And, as Nilamadhava Prabhu said in the beginning, if you keep this in the center of your life, it keeps a kind of very auspicious pressure. Yagya, dana, tapa. Krishna said, don't give up these three things. Yagya, dana, and tapa. Always keep them in your life. Never try to push them aside. And this is the best of all three of them. Yagya, dana, tapa. It's a little austerity to try to spread Krishna consciousness, but you get the highest reward. It's the best kind of yagya. Yagna sankirtana prayer yajanti hi sumedasa. There's nothing better. It's for the intelligent people. And it's the best charity that you can give. There is no better charity. You give people money, they'll just spend it on whatever mode of nature they're in. And it gets totally wasted. You can give them food, but actually people don't even like food. You try to give it's, they're hungry the next day anyway. It's not a solution. These are the ideas people have. I'm going to help people. So no, you're not helping. But if you give Bhagavad Gita, yes, you're not only helping, you're doing the best charity, you're doing the best austerity, and it's the best yajna that you can possibly do. So you're in the right place at the right time. You're one of the your collective community there is one of the famous communities of the world, and everybody in it gets credit for participating, cooperating, and doing their level best to try to spread Krishna consciousness despite the obstacles. And they are numerous. You can write books about the obstacles. We don't care. We understand the obstacles are there. Just keep going and do what you have to do, because we're only in this life for a very short amount of time. A couple footsteps is all we get here. So make the most of it. Labvam sudurlam abhidam bahusambhavante manushamartanam nityam apihadira means that it's very, very rare to get what we have in the human body. It comes up extremely rarely. And it's very temporary. How temporary, we don't even know. They don't give us a chit that says, here's how many days you get or years or anything. No information given. Just it's temporary, get ready. You're only here for a few minutes. So it's if you can take that opportunity, few footsteps through this, stepping on terra firma, walking through this world in this temporary environment, temporary body, and you can turn the temporary into something eternal, you're the smartest person. That's the best thing you could possibly do. You're taking something that's going to wilt anyway, and you trade it in for something that's eternally valuable. That is smart. So that's the opportunity we have to share with as many people as possible. And during this pandemic, we've been getting much bigger results all over the world in book distribution than ever before. Never waste a good crisis. Devotees are taking advantage around the world to innovate, find out how to do things in a way they've never done it before. And we've been talking to devotees on every continent. Last night, we were with the New Zealanders and Australians and the Japanese and the Filipinos. And then before that, we were talking to the Russians, and we were talking to South America and different parts of South America, Brazil, where they speak Portuguese. And everywhere, everyone's eager to join together in one global team. So this year, the goal, worldwide goal, we calculated as carefully as possible is 2 million, at least 2 million Bhagavad Gitas to distribute. And everybody's getting in everywhere and putting down their, staking their claim. I want this part of it. We want on the map. We have a map that shows who's pledged what, where. And there's no impediment whatsoever. It's all mental. It's only a mental impediment, thinking, oh, we'll wait till after the pandemic. Well, who knows what comes up next? There's no guarantee what's after the pandemic. And also, I was thinking this morning, everyone's saying, well, as soon as COVID's gone, we'll be fine. It's like, not really. Ask Neela Madhava. His hospital's full, even during, well, not this full. I mean, obviously, this is a catastrophe and a disaster, public health disaster. But, it doesn't stop. It's a growth industry, death and disease, old age. Don't think this is just like, I get the vaccine, I'll be fine. No. So take advantage now that you have the opportunity, and try to do something that's noticeable. Go a little further. You'll never be the loser. Everything's going to be taken from us anyway. Dadichi, it's like, why wouldn't I give my bones? When they came and asked him for charity, they say, hey, we need a little donation. What would you like? He's like, we need your bones, sir. And he's like, are you sure? that's my body, you know. They said, well, it's for a good cause, for Vishnu. He goes, I know, I was just asking so I could hear that. And he said, of course, why wouldn't I give it? If anybody gets a chance to give for Vishnu, for the cause of Vishnu, he wants it. And you say, yeah, I'll give it. And, you know, why wait and have it taken away unceremoniously by some unforeseen force that just embarrasses you and goes like, here, I'll take this back now. And say, wait, it's mine. It's not yours. But if you can give it to Vishnu first, not only do you become famous and recognized, but you also will realize that you don't die by giving away what you have. Actually, more comes. You become more capable of giving, and you also become more capable of receiving, and you live in abundance. So that's the fortune that we have. And we have the Sankirtan movement. It's a huge fire pit into which we can give our energy, including our money, which is just, all it is a little certificate money that's saying, here, I spent this much time doing labor somewhere. Now I'm exchanging it for the labor you've been doing. That's all it is. And we're putting it in the Sankirtan fire. And in that way, we become fortunate and the whole world becomes fortunate. And really, that's the right thing to do. And if you do the right thing, you're never unhappy. Om Tat Sat. So, how is everybody? You all look very heroic. I mean, you are, but you look it too. I mean, I could see the effulgences and the countenances of all the devotees here. It's really moving my heart just to see you, because you're also heroic. You know, you've taken up Krishna consciousness and have maintained it so diligently, and then keeping in a community, holding together and working together in such admirable ways. It's just really touching. You should know that. What you're doing is amazing. Loka Prabhu?
Thank you, Vaisesika Prabhu, for your heart-touching words describing the importance of the Bhagavad Gita and using our life and energy for sharing and distributing Bhagavad Gita. You are an example of that in the three lokas. How even during the pandemic, you have managed to inspire the whole world and distributing more and more books than was ever possible. So we are very fortunate to have you here today, and in all the years your association has nourished us and guided us and inspired us to follow you. So Nilmada Prabhu, would you like to say a few words about the marathon that you're having in Baltimore, and then I'll share some.
Yes, Prabhuji. Bro, thank you so much, Prabhu. That was a very inspiring. She's very speech, but you should do great words, which was really amazing. You're so right that. And then secondly, this life is like temporary, but it would be nice to have make it eternal for that one. So, getting your guidance for that, Prabhuji, we are just trying to follow there. And I think Loka Prabhu's guidance, this time, I think with Krishna's mercy and Loka Prabhu's guidance, I think we created multiple teams. Even temple devotees are distributing this time, and many congregation members are coming through. And I think Loka Prabhu guidance, I think we were able to, like, through the temple devotee itself, they have done 80 cases of Bhagavad Gita on by themselves. So they really charged up for that.
Haribol.
And Loka Prabhu, yesterday, I think Aradhyamani told us that from the congregation devotee, we got 200 cases distributed, sponsored for that, 200 cases now.
So including the temple devotees?
Yes, 200. So.
Wow, this is unprecedented. Thank you, Nilmada Prabhu, for.
No. It's all Vaishek Prabhu and your guidance, Loka Prabhu. Thank you so much, Vaishek Prabhu. You're always being there for us. I think whenever you come and spark this, we all have the fire inside. It's not a spark, but you come and light up this fire. So now we are so much charged up to do more and more. This year is a learning curve. Next year we're gonna even touch the sky. Next year more.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Vivek Prabhu, if you can make me the host, so I can quickly share some slides.
Look, I'll be right back.
Yes, Prabhu.
Lokaprabhu, you are already co-host. I don't know if you can share or not.
Okay, that's fine. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I can share. Thank you. So I just wanted to share a couple of images, just to give you, as you know, we have been working under Vaisesika Prabhu's guidance for last 20 years and trying to increase our book distribution here. We have a whole team in Baltimore and Germantown working hard throughout the year. A big part of our book distribution is sending out these books to different places where, let me just share this. Okay. How do I open this? Okay. Hi, एक second. Can you guys see this poster?
No, Prabhu, we're still seeing the file explorer view, Prabhu.
Oh, okay. So let me stop that. Can you see it now?
Yeah, now we can see the book.
Yes.
Okay. So this is just a sample of the places that we are sending books to: prisons, hospitals, hospices, rehabs, medical offices. A big chunk of our books are now going to motels and hospitals, and also colleges. Colleges were a little bit slow because of the pandemic this year, but normally we give out thousands of books to colleges in the local area, and also a couple of universities outside this area. So, and this summer we started sending care packages. We sent out hundreds of care packages, which included a couple of Prabhupada's books and small beads and a mantra card and a mantra meditation guide. And they were sent out to many places and prominently to a lot of veteran affairs hospitals. And we got a call from a guy who is in LA, who got a meditation kit from a Veterans Affairs hospital. He lives in a kind of a shelter for VAs, and he was so excited to get it. He called us and said, "Hey, thank you for um, uh, sending this, and I'm really interested into uh, learning about this more. So can you give me more information?" So we are trying to get him in touch with the LA Temple, and then he wants some more books. So we're going to send him more books. And we are receiving tremendous feedback from all these different places. Let me share another screen. Give me 1 second. This is some of the feedback that we have received. Let me make it bigger. You may not be able to read it, but let me just read it out, a couple of them. Let's see.
Can you make it bigger?
Is it more visible?
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Yes? Okay.
Yes, it has become bigger and more visible.
Okay. So here at the VA Northern California, this one? Okay. Go ahead, you read it.
Thank you so much for the offer of free copies of the Bhagavad Gita. It is so helpful to have spiritual text to provide to veterans and their families. I saw that your organization is doing some fantastic work in Baltimore, DC. The VA, where I am located, is in rural Illinois. Is your group able to send a few copies, 5 packs, to an area so far outside of your typical area of influence? If so, we would be glad to have copies of the Gita available to pass along to veterans and their families. Any other material you can offer on meditation, yoga, or other spiritual practices that may be helpful to veterans as part of their medical care would also be greatly appreciated. Again, your organization appears to be doing fantastic work in Baltimore and DC. I wish you continued success in your mission.
So like that, these are all different feedback. This is just a sampling. As you know, most of our veterans are not Hindu, but many are searching for spiritual meaning. Some of the veterans have left the Christian or Jewish faith of their youth and are looking for something new that they can find meaning in. Thank you again for your generosity. So like that, this one.
I was a yoga teacher while we were stationed in Germany. Now I'm here working for the VA instead of the Department of Defense, and my goal is to get more yoga to the veterans here at the VA. So this is a great tie-in for me. Thanks for the Bhagavad Gita and journey of self-discovery.
So like that, we are sending these books out, and it's really helps our own Krishna consciousness when we see people enlivened by receiving these books and reading these books. So we have some offers for you in a way for you to plug in and take advantage of this great Gita marathon, and in reaching out to your own family members, friends that you know, or you can also sponsor, and we can send out these books on your behalf. We are sending out, like in September, we sent out 2,000 books, including Bhagavad Gita and SSR. In October, we sent out another 1,000, November another 1,000, December another 1,000. And so we continue to send throughout the year, and by sponsoring, you become part of that book distribution. Or you can just order the books from us, and we'll send the books to wherever or to your home, and you can share it out to others. So just wanted to offer these ideas to you for sponsoring. We have an excellent opportunity on Gita Jayanti. Vaisesika Prabhu has organized a worldwide yajna in Kurukshetra, the place where Bhagavad Gita was spoken. And the names of everybody around the world will be offered in that yajna and offered to Lord Krishna. And also on the same day, we'll have a special yajna in the Baltimore temple. Nimada Prabhu will conduct that yajna. So people who get Bhagavad Gita or sponsored, their name will be offered, and the family's name will be offered in that yajna. So we have these different levels for 251, 501, for 1108, you get a flag hoisted in Jagannath Puri. There's special flags that we get from Jagannath Puri. And for 1508, we have the special kavachas that we just received from Vrindavan. It has the dust of Vrindavan, the special soil that is from Radha Kund. When Radha Kund was cleaned many years ago, the special soil that was dug out from the bottom of the Radha Kund, that is there in these kavachas. And you get these other special benefits along with
neck beads, those five blessed.
You have these 5 blessed neck beads. When Vaisesika Prabhu went to Vrindavan last year, he took these neck beads and dipped them in different kundas, and then they were also again doubly blessed in Mayapur. So we have these neck beads also you get, and for 2108 you get everything else, and you can read all the different gifts. And for 5108 we have this special category. We have this special hand carved Gaurnitai deities and hand painted. So if anybody is interested, sponsor for that level, you can get those deities and plus the other benefits. So just like to request all of you to share your enthusiasm in spreading the Bhagavad Gitas, and just give your best. As Prabhu was saying, the Sankirtan is a fire pit where we can offer very little, and the rewards are unlimited. Just by offering a little to Krishna, we get so much more. So think of this as an investment where the ROI is it's like investing in Bitcoin when it was $1, and kind of give you an example, unlimited returns. Yes, Prabhu, go ahead.
I would like to give 251.
Haribo. Thank you. Thank you. That's so kind and generous of you.
Haribo.
Temdam, can you start writing down the names?
Yes, Prabhu.
And anybody who sponsors, if you can please in the chat box write your name and your phone number as well, because we may not know the name numbers of everybody.
But I think you should speak up.
Yeah, and then you please speak up also. And you can, I'll share the information in the chat how you can send the donation.
Loka Prabhu, I got a text that anybody for the first 15 cases, somebody will match it for 15 cases, Prabhu.
Haribo.
Hare Krishna, Loka Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
For the pleasure of my Guru Maharaj and my Baltimore Sankirtan team we would like to go for Mayapur Puja of 501.
Haribol!
And today is an auspicious day. I'm going to say it's actually a remembrance for me today for my mother and my grandfather. So yeah, I take the opportunity for today's day for your blessing, so that they sometimes find time, they get some mercy to go to back to Golok Vrindavan.
Thank you. I guess we can all chant Hare Krishna for your grandparents.
My mother and my grandfather, yeah.
Mother and grandfather. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Yogesh Prabhu will have prasadam for you today. Alma prasadam of deities also for your pledge for this offering, Prabhuji, you did in the temple.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. This is
Hare
Anshul.
Krishna, Anshul and Chita. Please turn your video on so we can see your smiling faces.
We are not in the right state, but anyways.
That's all right.
So can you guys see us?
Yes, yes. So good to see you.
We would like to offer 501 for Gita book distribution.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. Anshul and Anchita ki jai.
It's Alicia's birthday today.
So
Oh.
Oh,
Hare Krishna, I can do another 251.
Is that Pratima?
Pavitra Renu.
Oh, Pavitra Renu. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Bro.
Where are you from, Mataji?
From Rochester, New York.
Rochester. Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You can just type your phone number. Wonderful.
Hare Krishna. We'll also go for the 251. Holy Kund Seva. Prem Dham Sham Bhakti here.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna. We will go for 251 seva.
Please announce your name, Prabhu.
Shyam Karuna and Anantura.
Oh, Shyam
Shyam
Karan.
Karuna. Jai.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Nikunja.
Would like to do 251.
Hare Bol.
Hare Bol Satsandharva Nikunja.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Hare Krishna Loka Prabhu, Dandot Pranam. This is Pavan Sarovar Das, and we would like to do Jagannath Puri Seva.
How much is that?
1108.
Okay.
Wow.
Hari Bol.
Hare Bol.
Hare Bol, Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, Dandot Pranam Guru Maharaj. This is Bhaktivedanta Devidasi. We would like to go for 501.
Hi.
Hare Bol. Bhaktilata is impersonating as me and Vidarbha today.
Hi.
Hare Krishna. I would like to go.
Hare Bol. Go ahead.
This is Tarini Ganga Devidasi. I would like to go for 251 Prabhu, Holy Kund Seva.
Hare Bol. Hare Bol, Tarini Ganga. Hare Bol. 251.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I will also go for 251.
Okay. Premdam, you can start writing in the chat. I'm going to play the mridanga.
Writing in the chat, Prabhu, because I'm writing it down on a piece
Also
of
write in
paper.
the chat. That way we have.
Okay, I'll do it from now on.
Pavitra Renu will get your name on the map. I'll take care of that.
Thank you, Prabhu. And where can I go and see the map actually?
Yeah, I'll send that to you, and I'll also add you to the group so that you can see it.
Thank you.
Just send me your phone number in the chat. So
I did, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Guru Maharaj. This is Akshana Mangala. I am going to sponsor $1,000.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj and all the devotees. I would like to go for 251, the Holy Kund Seva.
Jayanti Prabhu, he's just posted, so speaking. We'll do a 501.
Ajay Nitai Prabhu 501. Hare
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Guru Maharaj. This is Madan Murari Das, and I would like to go for Mayapur Seva, 501.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Loka Prabhu and Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Avi wants to say something.
I would like a Holy Kund Seva.
Prabhu, would you like to do the Krishna?
Yes.
That brings in the energy.
Prabhuji, we should play Mridanga.
We have the most expert devotee here in the world, Vaisesika Prabhu. When he does that countdown,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah.
Loka, if you want to see the map, I can show the map really quick.
Yes, Prabhu, please.
Okay.
Are you able to share?
No.
Okay, I made you the co-host. So you should be able to share.
Thank you. So you can see the pledges coming in from around the world for numbers of Bhagavad Gitas.
Wow.
The goal is 2 million. So we still have another 300,000 or so to go to beat that goal. Just in a few minutes, actually, I'm getting on another call with Gopal Krishna, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. We'll be talking to devotees all over India and other parts of Europe. More countries coming in and pledging. But look at the United States is doing quite nicely. All of you are included in that 149,399 so far. Look at Pakistan, 13,500.
No, Hari Bol.
Wow.
We're better than United Kingdom.
There's a devotee there that's, he couldn't get books in the country, so he started his own BBT there and is printing books in the local languages there and he's very enthusiastic. So we're literally covering the earth, all of us together, one world team. And everything you do here, it counts towards that world goal. And we're inching towards the goal. And the time is right to have some big victory in the world. I'll play my drum. I don't know how it'll work here, but we'll just try it. Because Nilamadava Prabhu. Krishna 10, Krishna 9.
Can you explain, Prabhu, what the countdown means?
It means it's time to give. Countdown means I have to actually leave in a few minutes, but I'm going to count down from 10. And once we get down to 0, the opportunity to give, and at least while I'm here, it will be over. So you can stop the countdown by raising your hand and offering something. Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hari Hari.
Hari Hari. This is
Hare
Anand
Krishna.
Derandas. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for engaging us in this service. We are very happy to be part of the service. So I will sponsor 30 cases.
Haribo!
Haribo!
That's Srila Prabhupada's mercy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8. Ananta Gauranga Prabhu Ki Jai. Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
For Mayapur Seva 501. This is
Tarini Ganga, Mayapur Seva.
Haribo! Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. One more case from Vedashri.
Haribo! Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, Krishna 0.5.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Holy Kund Seva from Ganesan and Bhaktivedanta.
Haribo! 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1.
I want Holy Kund Seva.
Haribo.
Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, Krishna 0.5.
So we'll do Mayapur Seva, Prabhu.
Haribo! 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, Krishna 0.5.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Yeah, one Holy Kund Seva.
Haribo! Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1.
Loka and Vidarbha won Mayapur Seva for Nimai's birthday yesterday and seek all your blessings.
Haribo! Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, Krishna 0.5, Krishna 0.125.
Shama
One Mayapur Seva.
Okay. They're starting to text me on the other line now saying, where are you? Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2.
Nikunja.
Hare Krishna.
Go ahead, Mataji first.
Go ahead, Radhika.
My dad here, I'm in India. He wants to sponsor one case of Bhagavad Gita.
Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7.
Very good for
6.
Five Mayapur Seva. One Mayapur Seva.
Haribol!
Haribol!
Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna.
Nikunja.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, for Ridhan and Rian, we would like to offer one set.
One what?
Sarita also, she would like to have the Holy Kund Seva for her anniversary. Haribol.
Yeah, hold on. I'll be right there. No, it's the devotees in Baltimore, Germantown. No, they're in ecstasy. They're donating. I'll just be a minute. Okay, Haribol. Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, Krishna point 5, Krishna point.
Shloka and Vidarbha, one more Holy Kund Seva.
Haribol! Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna.
Haribol Prabhu, 5 from us. Tush Baldev Prabhu.
Tushta Baldev. Haribol!
Haribol! Krishna 10.
Type your number in the chat box.
10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, Krishna point 5.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Haribol!
One case for the pleasure of His Grace Loka Prabhuji and Vidarbha Mataji. They are our mentor here. Haribol.
Krishna 10, Krishna. Yeah, I was really impressed with all the places you're sending Bhagavad Gita. I mean, it said something about a Minnesota prison or something like that.
Yes.
I mean, can you imagine, like, your spirit soul and then you somehow or other you find yourself in a prison in Minnesota, and they're giving you prison food, and you have to just do the prison stuff all day long. Then, of course, everybody's in prison in the material world, and we have the key to let them out. It's the Bhagavad Gita. It's the most amazing thing. It's the best work that anybody can do. The best place you can put your charity. Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
This is Nirupama.
Jai.
Yeah, by mercy of Rama and Krishna, like I'm really doing well compared to before. So we will contribute $151.
Haribol! We need idli.
That's the biggest blessing I got.
We want Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, Krishna point 5.
Loka and Vidarbha will do one more Holy Kund Seva.
Haribol! Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6. This could be my last one. Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
One more Holy Kund Seva. I'll do one more Holy Kund Seva, Prabhuji. We're not going to let you go today.
Nil Madhav Prabhu, one more Holy Kund.
Haribo! Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, Krishna point
Hare
5.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
One Mayapur Seva.
Haribo!
Haribo!
Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Yeah, this is Radhika Nam and Madan Murari Das, and it is one Holy Kund Seva.
Haribo! Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6. Hare Krishna.
One Holy Kund Seva.
Haribo! Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, Krishna point 5, Krishna point 125. I can't hold my breath very long.
I'll do one more case.
Haribo! Now they really are calling me. Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, Krishna point 5.
Maharaj, Kartavya and Jnana, one case of Bhagavad Gita.
And Sham Bhakti had her hand up.
Yes.
One Holy Kund Seva.
Okay, last chance. Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, Krishna point 5, Krishna point.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Tarun Kumar Prabhu.
Yeah, one Holy Kund Seva.
Haribo!
Tarun Prabhu is joining us from Kolkata, right?
Delhi.
From Gurgaon, India.
Jai! Hare Krishna Tarun Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Loka, what should we do? I have this other call.
Okay, I'll give it. I guess I have to give a case too because I can't go home without giving something.
Haribo!
Haribo!
Hare Krishna.
Guru Maharaj, Hare Krishna. I would also like to give one case for all the devotees assembled over here.
Haribo!
Haribo.
Okay, Loka.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
One more Holy Kund Seva.
Haribo!
The COVID is already disappearing from the world. I can see it's going away. All the sevas you can do.
Okay, last time. Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, Krishna point 5, Krishna point 125. Dear devotees.
One more last case.
Haribo! Look. I'm getting on a call now for the devotees in India and also in, I think, from Europe. And this is a historic event. We're all here together somehow or other. We keep our coalition no matter what is going on in the world. And we continue to serve Krishna. And this is the best way. serving Srila Prabhupada by distributing his Bhagavad Gita as it is to the world. It's a mighty task that you're all engaged in, fighting against the material energy. Please stick together, cooperate, and do everything that you can to continue hearing, chanting, and distributing these books. And after I drop off, please feel free to continue the donating, because it's very purifying and it brings good fortune. Loka Vidarbha, Nilamadava Prabhu, may I have permission?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. This is dynamic. Thank you. Every time your mridanga touches, dynamic.
Greatly appreciate.
Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpaturbhascha kripa sindhubevacha patitanam Ananta Kulti Vaishnavini ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Now we can see every year we do Krishna 1, Krishna 2. I was thinking we just started, so maybe we can do Radha 1, Radha 2 this time. So we'll get some Radharani's mercy. Radha 1, Radha 2, Radha 3, Radha 4, Radha 5, Radha 6, Radha 7, Radha 8, Radha 9, Radha 10. So that was just going up, now we'll start coming down. Radha 10, Radha 9, Radha 8, Radha 7, Radha 6, Radha 5, Radha 4, Radha 3, Radha 2, Radha 1, Radha 0.5, Radha.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
For the pleasure of Radharani, one more case from Vedashri.
Hare Krishna. Hare Bol Vedashri Yogesh. Radha 10, Radha 9, Radha 7, Radha 6, Radha 5, Radha 4, Radha 3, Radha 2, Radha 1, Radha 0.5, Radha 0.5, Radha 0.5, Radha 0.5.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, for the pleasure of Radharani from my brother's family, one case.
Haribol! Radha 10, Radha 10, Radha 9, Radha 8, Radha 7, 6, Radha 5, Radha 4, Radha 3.
There is one case sponsored by, I don't know who this Apple, the person put it on the chat.
Can you please say your name and phone number? Or type it in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, I got interrupted, so I have to start all over again. Radha 10, Radha 9, Radha 8, Radha 6, Radha 5, Radha 4, Radha 3, Radha 2, Radha 1.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. For the pleasure of Srimati Radharani, one case from my son Divakar.
Haribol! Radha 10, Radha 9, Radha 7, Radha 8, Radha 7, Radha 6, Radha 5, Radha 4, Radha 3, Radha 2, Radha 1.
Loka Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Amresh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, for your pleasure, one case.
Hare Krishna. Radha 10, Radha 9, Radha 8, Radha 7, Radha 6, Radha 5, Radha 4. This is the last round. Radha 3, Radha 2, Radha 1, Radha 0.5, Radha 0.5, Haribo. Thank you all the devotees for all your generous heart and blessings and coming together to make this Sankirtan Yajna. Ananta Gauranga Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu, all the senior devotees in our Baltimore community for managing this temple so nicely and inspiring such a spirit of Sankirtan in everybody. So very, very grateful, and to all the devotees who came together today to get the blessings of Vaisesika Prabhu. And thank you, Vivek Prabhu, Sundaranda Prabhu for arranging the call, and also Sham Prabhu for managing all the wonderful services, organizing all these different calls in the Baltimore temple. And all the devotees, very grateful to have your association, very grateful to be able to see you and hear from you. That's very purifying. And thank you, Krishnananda Prabhu, for joining. Really grateful to see you also.
You're muted, Prabhu. You're still muted. Can you unmute him?
No, he has to unmute.
Haribol.
Haribol, Prabhu.
Sorry, I was on. I said this it's a great success, great marathon. I was there. I joined from the beginning. I was here.
Yes, we saw you were there right from the beginning. Thank you for the enthusiasm.
Haribol, thank you. It was a very nice program.
Thank you.
Amazing. Yeah, this is the first time you've done it on Zoom. It's amazing. Advaita Prabhu, would you like to share something as well?
No, Zoom or no Zoom, it is working.
Yes.
As usual, I think every year we're getting good success, and hopefully continue to have the same thing.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Definitely. I think.
Thank you very much for your service.
Thank you for yours.
Thank you for your support and blessings all these years.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Hare Krishna, everybody. So we'll see you, Premdam Prabhu, and compile the results. And
thank you so much for joining. Nice
Hare
to see
Krishna.
everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jahnavi, from app to everyone.
Apple.
Oh, Apple. Could you please let us know who Jahnavi is? Apple.
And here may be a phone number, that way we can contact you. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Joining the next call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, there is another call by Vaisesika Prabhu with His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. So any of you who want to join that, that's coming up. Not on the same Zoom, but there's a different Zoom. I'll share
next week. Next week will be more marathon.
Yes, Prabhu. That'll be even bigger. I'll share that on the ISKCON Baltimore as well as our group. Thank you.